What is up tempo family? It's your boy Blake. Let's get in here and talk a little Auburn baseball. The boys are 10-2 on the year, another midweek dub over the Air Force Falcons, and Austin Peay is coming to town.
You are now listening to the War Report Podcast Network.
What is up? What is up, Auburn family? It's your boy Blake here. The Auburn Tigers improved to 10-2 on the year with an 8-4 victory over the Air Force Falcons in the midweek. Got Austin Peay coming to town this week. Plainsman Park should be packed out, and it should be one hellacious time on the plains. So I wanted to start first tonight with the opportunity that Auburn had in the midweek. And we had a chance to play one of the service academies in Air Force. And to me, it was really special the first time ever. And it's always nothing but respect to the United States military. And to all of you who watch this show that served in the United States military, myself, Dustin, we just want to thank you because I owe you everything. And I appreciate everything you have done for this country and you continue to do for this country. It means the world to me. I love to be an American and I love my freedom to give me the opportunity to do what I do and watch Auburn athletics. It means the world. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about what Butch Thompson had to say about this. And quote, he says, "Anytime we get to play one of those academies, it's a big deal because they give us the right to go out and play baseball and have these experiences we get to have at Auburn." End quote. Then he says, "These are some of the future leaders, and I think we're in good hands. I got to shake hands with every player in the line after the game, just first class. They do an amazing job of representing our country. Getting to play them was an honor." Yeah, yeah. Um, heck of a bunch. Air Force. The way they play baseball, I'm glad those kids are leading our country because they're a scrappy bunch. They hustled. They played the game the right way. They were really sound, and Auburn had to make the plays to beat them. It wasn't easy. It was a close game, heck of a game. They threatened in the ninth, and they just didn't stop. And I thought they were really well coached. And they were just competitors. They were just competitors, and you could tell that they're a scrappy bunch. And so, big props to everything Air Force did at Plainsman Park. I thoroughly enjoyed playing that program, and uh, I, I I saw their social media team. They retweeted, quote tweeted what Butch said in his comments and said, "War damn Eagle." And I quote tweeted it and just said, "Thank you for everything," because we're all Americans and we love this country and that's what it's all about. And so I just wanted to take that little time right there and just thank the Air Force and those kids because it means the world to me. It means the world to the Auburn baseball players, and it means the world to those coaches in that Auburn dugout. So Auburn did come away with the victory, 8-4, like I said earlier. And Connor McBride got the start, 5 innings pitched, 2 runs, 7 hits, no walks, 4 Ks. I thought he was absolutely tremendous. I thought the fastball was there. He had really great command of the zone. Curveball was there. Changeup was there. He was really pitching. In my opinion, it was the best outing he's had all year. And him not walking anybody, that is, to me, he is working himself. You could possibly see him on the weekend here soon. I think that's how good Connor McBride has been. He did give up 7 hits. He did give up the one bomb. But other than that, man, it was really what I like to call a lot of soft contact. And I think he pitched really well. And when he did get into some jams, he maneuvered his way out of it, let the fastball go, and he found the glove. So I'm really impressed with Connor McBride. I think he's going to be a big part of this program and a big part of this Auburn baseball team this year. So we had a little shakeup in the lineup. Gavin Miller got to start at third base, and Derek Fabian moved over to second base. Big thing with Derek Fabian and his game is he can play anywhere on the infield, right? So Gavin Miller moving to third, his natural position. And I think this adds a little bit more pop to the lineup. You saw him come through early with a base hit and driving in a run. Auburn was down at that point. That tied it up. Gavin gets on first, and Cooper Weiss comes up and hits an absolute nuke off the scoreboard. I mean, Cooper Weiss is a baller. Kid's got it all. He can bunt, he can take bags, he can hit for power, gap to gap. He can do it all, right? Hell of a shortstop, can glove it with the best of them. So, really impressed with Cooper's game. Love what he's doing. He busts anything and everything out of the box. He's a hell of a baseball player. And that was a big moment in the game. You're down early, you get things going. And look, the rest of it is Derek Fabian. Derek Fabian is absolutely on a tear. He's unreal right now, folks. The kid is seeing beach balls at the plate. Crazy thing is, he's using every part of the field from the right field line to the left field line. He hit one on the Josh Donaldson hitting lab, a 2-run bomb. Cooper McMurray come up and hit a leadoff double. Fabian hits it the other way. Oppo taco, bang. He hit another one. I think it was the 6th inning. He went solo bomb to dead center. He's just showing off the power. He can do it all. He's another guy that can swipe bags also. He can bunt. He can play small ball. He's really, really talented. Hell of an infielder. You see him earlier in the year, he was coming into his own at third base, makes hella plays at second. Really, really impressed with Derek Fabian's game. Cooper McMurray, another one, like I said, leadoff double. He has gotten hot. Christian Hall was big in this game with a sac fly, bringing in a run to get a little insurance right there late in the game. And Auburn just kind of got out in front and just kept adding and adding. And that's one big thing with Auburn this year that was different than last year, in my opinion, is Auburn's ability to play small ball this year. You got Stanfield who can lay down the bunt. You got Cooper Weiss. Gavin Miller can lay down the bunt. Derek Fabian can lay down the bunt. You got all these guys in the lineup that can lay down bunts. They can bunt for hit. Mason Mainers, he was big. He had a triple. And he can also hit for power. He can do it all, play small ball, hell of an outfielder. So that is my biggest thing is when you have a Christian Hall come up and hit a sac fly, you can bunt guys over and get the bat into guys like Christian Hall's hands and hit a sac fly, and you can scrape a run across late in the game. And that is something that Auburn struggled with last year is we couldn't get a bunt down. We didn't bunt. We could be down 1 run in the 7th inning, and we couldn't lay a bunt down. Well, I bring up the play from Chris Stanfield in the Mississippi State series last year. We try to lay down a bunt to sack him over to second because we're down a run and it's starting to get a little late in the game. And we pop the bunt up to the catcher, and Stanfield has to tag. Catcher goes back to the backstop, makes the catch, and Stanfield tags to move to second. So that is a huge part of Auburn's game that has changed from just drastically from last year to this year, and I'm really impressed with that. The lineup that we saw, I really like that lineup. I think that is the lineup that you're going to continue to see. Like I said, I think Gavin Miller gives you that extra little pop. I think he is a very talented hitter. Another thing that I'm super impressed with Auburn's lineup this year is the ability to just take walks, man. Extended bats. You see ball 4. They don't really chase a whole lot. I'm super impressed with that aspect of the Auburn hitters. And I know we got one of the best leading us. Gabe Gross is absolutely filthy and wouldn't want anybody else teaching my son how to hit because he's the best in the business. So I thought it was a great performance. Tanner Bauman coming in late, needed a big pitch to get out of an inning. And he did it. One pitch, got a fly ball down the right field line. Bobby goes over and makes the play. I think Tanner has been great this year. Will Cannon come in the 9th, and it got a little hairy. He seems to be struggling with some command right now. I believe he hit a guy, and so he eventually closed it out. Had runners on second and third in the 9th. Auburn was up, so it was an 8-4 game. So it really wasn't a tight situation, but if you give up a hit there, then it becomes, you're worried a little bit. So He got the next two outs and got out of it, and Auburn wins the game 8-4. So I think there was a lot of positivity going into this weekend. I wish we would have gotten to play two against the Air Force, just so we could have seen some other guys maybe, and so it was still a hell of a win, right? Anytime you can scratch out a baseball game and win a baseball game like that, and just continue to add runs on like Auburn did throughout the game, I'm always impressed with that. And we had some young guys come in and step up and make some pitches, and I was impressed with them also. So moving on to Austin Peay. Um, this is a big 3-game series this weekend. Austin Peay has showed the ability to hit the baseball. One thing I wanted to say is this team is 11th in the country in team average at 341. They are 32nd in the country with a 434 OBP. That is on base percentage. If you are new to baseball and watching this show, and they are 13th in the country in slugging at 592. So they can hit a little bit, folks. They can hit the baseball a little bit, and they've put up hellacious runs. They took 2 out of 3 from Mississippi State. So, I know Mississippi State hasn't been the club that they usually are in years past, coming off the national championship and everything, but they put up runs. I think they put like 15 and 12 up on Mississippi State, and then I think Mississippi State kind of got them one game. But I really look at this series and I look at their pitching. They got a 5.7 ERA, so that is 111th in the country. They got a 1.49 WHIP. All right, and like I said, if you're new to baseball, a WHIP is walks plus hits per innings pitched. So basically, they're just adding up all the pitchers and how many runners they let on base per inning. So if you see the higher WHIP, that's not good. If it's lower, uh, usually under 1 is a really good WHIP. That's what you're looking for. Anything above 1, not so effective. So, and then K to base on ball is 1.81. That is 147th in the country, and I think there's 300 and something teams. So they're middle of the pack. They've been giving up a lot of runs. I think they took 2 out of 3 from Western Illinois, and they gave up a good bit of runs in that series. So this is a team that can hit. This is a team that can hit. So there was something released today that Gonzo might not be going this weekend, and you're going to have Chase Alsop, and then you're going to have Carson Myers on Saturday, and then Sunday it is TBA. All right, so you really need a quality start from Chase Alsop Friday night. You cannot have Chase run into trouble Friday night early and he only give you 3, maybe 4 innings. You need Chase to go 5, 6 innings Friday night, and then get into your bullpen and have somebody like John Armstrong really step up, and like he has all year, right? And go the distance, and then you can bring in a Will Cannon in the ninth, or somebody like that. So Carson Myers, he's been the most consistent all year. He's going to bring it Saturday. I think he'll pitch really well. I like Auburn Saturday with him on the mound. And then Sunday, you're thinking of guys of who could possibly start, right? Everybody's, Blake, who do you think is going to start? I think you could go with Zach Crotchfeld. I think you could go with Christian Herberholtz. I think one of those two guys could get the ball. There could be another guy out there, but I think Christian Herberholtz or Zach Crotchfeld get the ball Sunday. I do. So I would like to win those Friday and Saturday games and win the series, and then let's worry about Sunday. But we're going to have to hit the baseball, folks. We're going to have to come out and hit the baseball. And we're going to have to pitch well, play defense, no errors, play really sound baseball to beat Austin Peay. I'm excited about the opportunity. I think Butch Thompson and the staff are just absolutely phenomenal. I think what they have built at Auburn is phenomenal. I think you're going to continue to see the greatness of Auburn baseball, and John Cohen coming in as AD and taking over. I think that is just, the stock is rising day by day for this program. So I like Auburn to win the series against Austin Peay. I'm going to take them 2 out of 3 games. I don't think they sweep just because of the Gonzo situation. I don't know what's wrong with Gonzo. Haven't asked yet. Nothing like that. Hope he is okay. A little concerned about this news. But we got some things we got to figure out, and this could be a good thing to get somebody ready for SEC play just in case if we run into this down the road. So, not a bad thing for Auburn baseball here, just to get another guy into that starting rotation and see if he can be comfortable in that spot and going on a Sunday. So, a lot of big opportunities for Auburn, and we're going to have to step up and keep hitting the baseball and scoring runs and playing defense. And Austin Peay's a quality opponent. They're going to bring it. They've been battle tested already this year. Like I said, they're 10-2. They hit, they play defense, they're sound, they're fundamental, and they're going to make you beat them. And they're really well coached. So, like I said, let's get after it this weekend. Um, Show up to Plainsman Park, show up and show out, and support this baseball team. Students, get out there to right center on that deck, make a lot of noise, heckle those outfielders, and bring the noise, bring the heat, man. Talk a lot of trash. Get your beverages, get out there, get some pizza, whatever they got in the midweek. Excuse me, excuse me. They had $2 glizzy dogs and everything like that. So I don't know what they'll have this week, but be loud, be loud. And Auburn baseball fans, I appreciate you, and I thank you for joining me on this episode. War Damn Eagle, and let's go win a series. Butch Thompson and the boys, stay hot. We'll see you Sunday to talk all about it and the recap.